Welcome to day one. I hope you're excited. Let's have an overview of what we're going to do today. So let's look at our checklist, which you can have at the pool to remind you of each skill that we're going to work on. The first one is going to be kicking. And I have a reminder here for you to teach how we're going to kick correctly and then show incorrect. We're going to do it too high, too low, and then correct again. Next, we're going to do torpedoes. You don't know what those are yet, but I'm going to show you. It's just a little word that I use for a particular method that we do with our hands and our kicks. So we're going to put our hands together and we're going to try to do good kicks. The next thing we're going to do is navigate the wall together and then provide less assistance. That means just move around the wall, and then we're going to climb out. And I have here for you a reminder of the words we'll use: elbow, elbow, tummy, knee. And then we're going to do those same torpedoes, but just from sitting position. So we're going to move to a few different places on the pool wall and sit there and then do torpedoes from there. We're going to float on our back, or really it's just lie on our back. We're not floating yet. And then a reminder to practice our kicks later today with a pillow, and I'll show you how to do that. So what do you need today in the pool? You'll want a swim noodle or some type of flotation device to help you as you move to the deeper end of the pool. The first skill we work on today is kicking. And kicking is the single most important thing in swimming. It's not your arms, it's nothing else, it is kicking. So we're going to work on it first. We're going to continue working on it throughout the day and throughout each lesson. And this is one that we really want to get right. We won't get it right the first day necessarily, but we'll continue trying to get it right because it makes all the difference in getting your child to swim quickly. So if they'll feel confident as soon as they get their kick right on, and they can be swimming in really a matter of minutes, or it can take the full 7 days, or if kids don't really kick very well, you can tell their confidence isn't very high. So let's get this one right. I want to tell you why. So as the teacher, I want you to understand why. You don't need to share with the student. But here's what happens. I'm going to use this several times. Yes, it's a selfie stick, but it's rather helpful in demonstrating. So if this is our head, right, because we can move our head up and down, and this is going to be our body. Here's what happens in the pool. If our legs are hiding down under the water like this, so here's the water, here's what happens. Our body gets pulled down under the water, and the child will feel that. They'll feel like they're always trying to stay up on top of the water. So we get our kicks right on top of the water, level with the water will push us up and it will hold us here. Same thing, if we get our kicks up too high, they're way up here, the water cannot be pushing us up, and then what happens is we do start to fall down like this. So we're going to aim for fast little kicks right on top of the water, and then we'll use our good teaching method and we'll show bad ways to do it down below, which what a lot of kids do, especially the younger they are, is they do bicycle kicks. So imagine riding a bicycle. Their legs are moving like this under the water. And that's not what we want. We want them up on top of the water, kicking like this. So let's take a look. Have the student put their arms around your neck, like they're giving you a hug, and then you can hold their body. And what I do is I hold under their knees. And this way I can move their legs like this, right under their knees, so I can show them the kicks that we want. Use our good teaching technique, show them the correct way, and then now let's show them kind of a poor way. Pull their legs under the water, kick under the water, move their legs like a bicycle, and talk to them. We don't want this kind of kick, right? No, we don't want them under the water. You explain what's wrong with it. That's right, let's go find the top of the water. Can you feel those little splashes? Explain to them what we're doing, okay? Now we don't want high kicks like this and reach their legs way up high out of the water. I call them monster kicks. Boom, boom, boom. These are big monster kicks. We don't want that. We want these fast little kicks right on top of the water. The student's legs shouldn't be perfectly straight. They shouldn't be stiff. They should be like they were when we were lying on the ground doing the pillow exercise. They just kick from the knee down. So they're stretched out, but they're kicking down from the knee down. After we've demonstrated the correct way, a couple of bad ways, too low, too high, and then the correct way again, and let them practice a little bit, move around the pool. We can sing a song. They hang on around our neck. And we walk around the pool, let them kick for a few minutes. After we do this and we see that, okay, they can kick a little bit here, I like to play this game, which is, oh, your legs are hiding. I hold them a little bit away from me and let them kick underwater and say, okay, kick up to the top. I want to find your legs. Where are they? Where are they? And let them try reaching their legs. Reach, 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 all the way up to the top. And then kick, 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 kick. Play it again. Say, oh, where did your legs go? Let their legs fall down under the water. Hold them vertically. Say, okay, show me your legs. Kick up to the top. If your child is kicking pretty well, a really good practice is to mess up their kick for them. Like, again, put it underwater or say, oh, we kicked too high. Can you fix it for me? And let them think about, oh, how do I do that? Because it's muscle memory. So, oh, they need to go find how to do it again, right? Or if they're not quite at that level yet, move their legs in a bad position. Say, oh, help me find, where should we be kicking? Is this right? Down like this? Is that right? No, let's go like this. So move their legs in the right place again. Let them feel the bad, let them feel the good, and then remind them so they hear verbally, this is how we want our kicks, like this. And then you can question them. Oh, do we want them like this? Is that right? No, can you help me fix it? And let them try to fix them. Spend no more than 10 minutes on this, but let them work on it. And then it's time to move to our next skill. The next skill we're learning, I call a torpedo, because we're going to kind of shoot through the water. And this is a skill we'll be using every day in some form, and this is really how they're going to learn how to swim. So the first thing we do is we put our hands together like this, and the objective right now is just to see if we can do our kicks that we practiced on with a little less support. So you're going to hold under their belly with one hand, and the other hand holding their hands together. Now, one fine point that doesn't matter so much, but it does help, and so I'll tell you, is to have them put their hands together like this, interlocking fingers if they can. The reason I found that is when kids go like this, they like to pull their hands apart really easily and quickly. It just requires a little more effort when they're like this. So kick around the pool for a few minutes. You just go backwards. You can be singing a song, talking about their kicks, whatever, do it for a few minutes. If their kicks are really poor, if they're under the water doing bicycling, then do it just for a minute and then fix their kicks and then go back to it. So spend about 5 minutes doing this, but if their kicks are poor still, keep going back to trying to fix them. The next skill is learning how to hold onto the wall and navigate around it. Some kids do this very easily already and they take to it naturally, and other kids have a really difficult time with it. Let's go through what to do, and then I'm going to help you troubleshoot if your child is one of those who's really resisting or having a difficult time doing it. I put my hands on top of their hands and move their hands so that they can feel this is how you move your hands along the wall, like this. As kids have their hands on the wall like this, we don't want their legs to be pushing up against the wall also. We want their legs hanging straight down in the water. If their feet are up on the wall just a little bit and they're not pushing away, that's okay. But ideally, they can be hanging down, maybe toes touching. But if they're like in a seated position with their feet straight or their legs straight at the wall like this, then they're going to push themselves away from the wall, and it actually makes it more difficult because they're holding on way out like this. And we want to be close to the wall like this. So our body just hanging vertically, and we're hanging like this. If your kids are pushing off against the wall like this, look at the troubleshooting section next. And then as I'm singing a song or talking to them about something, I just subtly move my hand down to their side, let them feel your hands there. And sometimes kids are like, oh, what just happened? And you just keep moving, you kind of push them along here, and they go along with it. And if you can move your other hand and move both hands, great. Put both hands on the side. Maybe then at that point, so you're going to provide less and less assistance, move one hand, put it up on the wall, and just hold on to them with one hand, and keep providing less and less assistance. And eventually what I do is I just put both of my hands up on the wall, and I say, can you catch me? And I move, and let them try to catch me. Stay right by them though, because sometimes their hands do slip. And so as you're doing this, you stay right next to them, their hands slip and they drop. Oh, you just pick them right back up. And you don't react if they fall in the water. Wow, well, you slipped off the wall. Yeah, sometimes it's slippery. I do that too. Put them back on, all right? just smiles, no reaction like, oh my gosh, are you okay? Of course they're okay. Their face just went in the water. They're good. Bring them back up. All right, let's keep going and sing a song, make it fun. You might be thinking, wait, I have to be a musical artist? How many times is Kevin going to tell me sing a song to them? Well, it really does help with the process. It helps relax them. So even if you're not a singer, if you're comfortable, go for it. If not, tell a story, do whatever, ask questions. You make it entertaining, and they're still getting the muscle memory, and they're learning to do things while you're helping distract them a little bit and take their mind off it. Make it fun for them. If you're struggling with this one, and this one is challenging, don't get frustrated. You've got this. I'm going to give you the tools to navigate through it. And this is really the first opportunity that you'll have where your child can see that, oh, my mom or dad or whoever is going to help me get through this difficult time. And pretty soon they're going to be like, wow, I could do that. At first that was hard, it was difficult, scary, whatever, and now I can do it. And this is a huge opportunity for you to build that trust with them, because that's going to be really important in future lessons and will help them progress much further. And in fact, will be very important in life. And secondly, you're going to learn something about yourself. And parents always find this rewarding. And that is how you can have the end objective in mind and work through troubleshooting with patience until you arrive there. And you can do it. So the first thing kids do is they won't put their hands on the wall. This is the first challenge, is they'll keep taking their hands off, they'll keep trying to turn around and grab you like this. Well, the solution to that is you just keep your hands on top of theirs and you keep moving. And sometimes they won't move them at all. That's okay. You move their hands for them and you show them how to do it. They'll get it. If they don't get it today, that's okay. They'll get it in a few days. So the idea is show them what to do and how to do it, and they'll get there. So just go through the action and say, what is it that I'm trying to accomplish today? I'm trying to get here to here. And go down, and they might be screaming, I don't want to do this, I hate this, or they might cry. You just sing a song, you just comfort them, and you just help them. They're perfectly safe, they're fine, right? They might be just expressing that they don't like what they're doing. That's okay. They will like it soon, and they need to learn how to do it. So it's part of the process. Just go through patiently. Another common thing that kids do at this point is they'll put their hands up on the wall, but then they'll put their legs up on the wall also. So they'll be like this, with their feet up on the wall. We don't want their feet on the wall, because what happens then is they push off and they push away from the wall. If kids are putting their legs up against the wall and pushing off, I just keep holding up their hands like this, and then I use my one hand and I just push their legs down like that straight. And then I push their body closer to the wall with mine. So I move kind of into them like this and push their legs down so that they're closer to the wall. The wall's right here. So that makes it difficult for them to put their legs up and push back like that, because they would have to push me back also. Okay, so you can stand around them, hands like this, and they're right here in front of you. And just get up close to them like this. Their legs go up on the wall. You just take your hand and just kind of push their legs down like that so that they're down. And they might just keep doing it. That's okay. You just keep correcting it, keep going through the actions for the next few minutes, and it will get easier day after day that we do it. The next skill is climbing out of the pool. And you'll see in the video, I grab their elbow and I tell them, because maybe they don't know what their elbow is, and I tell them elbow, and so I move it and I put it here on the outside of the wall, and then we do the other elbow, and then I explain to them, okay, we pull up to our tummy, and they kind of need to find the muscles in order to do this. So you help them a little bit, give them a little bit of a push up. You can support them under their bum, give them a little bit of a lift up until they get to their tummy. So they're going to be right on their tummy and then kind of lean over the wall. And then at this point we tell them knee. So they're going to pull one knee out, and I help them move that knee and set it up on the wall. And then you can give them a little bit of support as they climb out. You can hold their foot. And then we'll have the child stand up and turn around and then sit down. Now, one pro tip, and this is funny, and it's happened numerous times, and that is, as soon as the child gets out of the water, they're gone. They take off, and I've seen it happen too many times. So one little thing that you can do is as they stand up, I just kind of hold my fingers around their ankle and help them turn around. So they don't really notice, but it's like, yeah, if they want to go somewhere, I'm hanging on to them and I'm just going to turn them around. Okay, let's sit down. And then I help them sit down and then they're going to come back in the pool. I'll show you what we do. So we're going to do torpedoes, but now from a sitting position outside of the pool. And the best way to do this is if you have your flotation device, or if you're not in a deep spot yet, you can be standing. Grab their hands with one of your hands and then slowly pull them in. Let them lean forward. We don't want them scooting off their bum. So pull them forward and then use your other hand to catch them right on their belly. And then bring them in the water gently. Don't do a big splash. Don't put them under the water. Just bring them in and then let them do their kicks. Kick, 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 kick. And then you can turn around, go back to the wall, have them grab onto the wall, and practice climbing out again. The purpose of doing this is for them to see that they can do these torpedoes everywhere in the pool. And we're going to go around to 4 or 5 different spots, including the deep end. Now, we're not going to use that word. We're not going to distinguish a difference between this end of the pool, this end of the pool. We're just going to go all the way around it. And that's key for later on. When we start swimming, there's no difference. It's water. This is water in the shallow end that you can't touch the ground, and this is the deeper end. So we don't use those words. We're going to start swimming on the first day, or start moving around the pool everywhere. It's all going to be just the pool. The last skill for today is just lying on your back and being in like the floating position. We're not really working on floating today and getting them to float. Rather, the objective of this is to build trust, because many kids actually hate being in this position. So the first day we make it really easy. I don't even want their heads going in the water. I don't want the water going in their ears. You just put them on your shoulder and hold their body. If they're squiggling, trying to flip over, hold them a little bit tighter, kind of snuggle them. And again, you can just talk to them, sing a song, move around in the water a little bit easily like this, and just try to get them to slow down and calm down and see that everything's going to be all right. And again, this builds tremendous levels of trust that are going to be really important in all of our future lessons. So spend about 30 seconds. I usually sing like the alphabet song, and that's about the right amount of time, or Twinkle, Twinkle, and go through that. And then at the end, turn them around, give them a hug, tell them how proud you are of them, and you can get out of the pool. One of the most important skills to practice is actually outside of the pool. And I recommend this to nearly every child unless they can already kick almost perfectly. And that is lie down on the floor or on the bed, on the sofa, face down, and do this kick with a pillow under your feet. This skill, practicing this outside of the pool, will cut the lesson time down by about half, meaning you'll be able to swim twice as quickly if you practice this well outside of the pool, as opposed to just practicing it in the pool. And the reason is it builds the muscle memory really quickly for the kick, because when you're on the ground, you can't kick poorly. You can't do the bicycle kick where you're pushing your knees down because the floor's holding your knees up. And it's really difficult to do a crazy high kick because physically it's challenging. So you build the muscle memory really quickly this way. The more time you spend doing this before lessons and during the course of lessons, again, you'll be able to move on to the other skills. I always know the kids that have done this because they swim so much faster than the ones that haven't. So really makes a difference. Do it, please. Well done. That's the first day, the beginning of great things to come.